let's talk about things that people can do right now. What can we do like right now since we're all stuck at home in relation to getting prepared to date or in relation to like dating right now?
Well, for starters, you can listen to this podcast.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I don't know why. I mean, I'm not the only friend that they talk to, I'm sure, but a lot of my friends come to me for like relationship tips. And literally a lot of things that I tell them, I say on this podcast. So kind of like I advise them and then I tell them, you know what? We can talk for like 2 hours or you can listen to like 45 minutes of this podcast or like 30 minutes if you listen to it faster. And they never do. And I'm kind of like, dude, literally like this topic, I said it so well in this podcast. Like, why can't you just listen to my podcast?
Yeah, so it helps to listen to podcasts, ours or anyone else who happens to have like, podcasts related to relationship
Or
problems.
books or YouTube videos.
Even honestly, like you can read a nice novel, some stories that inspire you or watch some nice movies that inspire you. I think these are things that can help you prepare yourself for that world of dating. And other things, I don't know. People have been stuck in quarantine for so long. You could learn how to cook. I think cooking is a great skill. Explore a new hobby. Make yourself more interesting, so that when you finally meet that person, you have a lot to say and that person will be truly invested in you because they're like, wow, this person I'm talking to is a catch.
Yeah, and just so you always have something better to do than like wait around for a text.
Exactly. That's another thing.
Because maybe like one of the reasons why you're like super anxious is because you don't have a lot of things that are going on for you right now.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up my friend as an example again. She doesn't listen to our podcast. I don't think she's gonna mind. But I criticize her a lot because I keep telling her, she's already nearing her 30s and her dating life has been kind of a mixed bag. And she hasn't had luck recently because the guys she's been meeting have been total, I would say, douchebags. And she's a nice person. She's a really nice person. But I feel like her focus right now is completely wrong because she's at that age where she really wants to get married and she really wants to have kids. But her way of attaining that is completely wrong. It's like, first of all, when she's not, with somebody, when she's single, she's always looking for the next guy. Literally always looking for the next guy. And then on her free time, she does some cooking, she does some baking, but then she doesn't really share that. She doesn't really show that to people. Instead, on her Instagram profile, it's completely, like, it's all suggestive photos of her, with suggestive taglines. It's like she's really trying to catch people's eyes. And she's a beautiful girl. I'm not gonna lie, but you are doing this the wrong way. You're trying to get people the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay, babe.
Yeah.
One, they're not taglines, they're captions.
Oh.
And two, I agree. Like, dude, just explore your interests. Like, do stuff that make you happy. Number one, you become like a better, more fun person to talk to. Number two, you become more interesting as a person. And number three, like you just become happier overall.
And you become more independent.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing. That's really a huge thing, guys, is that when you start to look for people because you depend on those people, you depend on their attention, you depend on whatever it is, it's wrong. You need to be with somebody because it's a choice.
Yeah.
It's not because you need it. You need to choose to be with someone because you're happier with that person, not necessarily because you need that person.
Yeah.
Because you are a strong, independent woman or man, and you can live on your own without anybody. But you choose to be with someone, and that's the most important thing. It's that choice. When you are in a position of power and you have the power to choose, I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Next, I would say, just jumping off what you said, just say no to people faster. The wrong people. Say no to the wrong people faster. Just like cut them off.
Don't prolong things.
Yeah. Honestly, like every day, every week that you spend on the wrong people is like a week that's taken for your life that, okay, sure, maybe you learn things from them, but if they don't like contribute to your life overall, that's a week of your life wasted. And a week of your life that you're not like spending with the right person.
Yeah. I think like, that's a blurred line because you don't know all the time if
that's true.
Somebody's the wrong person for you. But if there are red flags, obvious red flags, and you're still insisting because you're lonely or, again, you're being dependent, then you have to cut it off as soon as possible.
Like sometimes you super overlook all the flaws just so you have like a reason for them to stick around. But honestly, like that's just gonna bite you in the ass after a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next, I would say more self-love. Like focus on your mental health, like your mental well-being. Are you in a good place so that like when you are ready to date, you're not carrying as much baggage.
That's true. You don't want to bring all these problems into a relationship. It's going to start off really bad.
Yeah. So like just try to sort your own issues so that you're not like dependent on the other person to like, you know, bring magic into your life or something.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Next I would say like exercise or just like get in shape.
Yeah, but remember, for yourself, guys. This is for yourself. And eat a healthy diet. I think I cannot stress this enough, but people during quarantine have been eating really bad because either they're not learning how to cook properly or they're taking, they're getting takeout, or even worse, they're just buying junk food. And I think like diet is very important overall, not just for your body, but for your mind too, because, it affects your body positivity. It makes you feel better about yourself. So a proper diet is really important.
I'm feeling so attacked.
No, babe, no.
I had 2 milk teas this week.
Oh, no. Anyway, I'm victim to that too, but I'm not really, I don't really have issues with body positivity, and I cook every day, like every single day. I'm always cooking, so I'm very much in control of what I eat. But I'm not gonna lie, like I do enjoy my little snacks here and there, but as much as possible, I try to keep that to a minimum.
Good
so that
for
I can
you, babe.
kind of maintain. But I have gained a bit of weight during quarantine, and I'm not shy about that.
Yeah, so like whatever body you have, like I completely believe in body positivity, but like look out for your health too.
Exactly.
And I feel like there's a certain body that we feel like the most comfortable and confident in, and that should be the body that you are bringing to the dating world.
Basically, when you have that positivity, when you have that confidence, it kind of glows. You kind of glow. Yeah, you have this like shine to you.
Yeah, and like it'll reflect in your approach to things. Are you feeling good about yourself? Also, you're not gonna be like compensating in other ways. I'm not gonna delve into that. That's for another episode. Okay, one last one. You want to end? One last tip?
I would say as much as possible, because you're in quarantine, just really try to cherish the quality time you have with your family and friends, of course. But I mean, you're usually stuck at home with your family, and just cherish and try to learn from them. Learn from your family, like how did they do it in dating, right? What were their stories? What were their success? And, just cherish those moments you have, because in the end of the day, family is very important. And take the time to catch up with friends. Take the time to catch up with people you probably didn't get to talk to for a very long time. I think that you have a lot of time in your hands now. I know a lot of people work from home, but you do have a lot more time in your hands. And I think that you could use this opportunity to really build good friendships and a good relationship with your family. And as a result, that'll bring you to you'll have a better environment for dating. Because if you just jump into dating and you're just lonely and your family situation, your relationship with your family is messed up, your friends are just not super there for you, then you're not getting into dating with a positive mindset.
Yeah.
So build those core values with your family. If you're having problems with them, fix those problems. If you're having problems with friends, fix those problems with friends, because they will be your rock when you start to get into dating. Because, guys, dating is a complicated thing. It sounds simple when we talk about it, but in general, you're getting into somebody's world. You're trying to join two worlds together, and you want your world to be a safe space for you and for the person that you're going to bring in. So as much as possible, fix that world you live in, and I think it's going to be the most important thing before you get into dating.
Well said, babe. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, remember that meeting someone is kind of just like one thing. Like it's a single point in time. It's not even the end game. It's kind of like the beginning of everything. And focus on the lifestyle, the mindset to lead you to that point rather than that single point itself.
Exactly. I'm gonna give an example before we end this. This example is my mom, actually. She told me about an experience where she had a very, very toxic relationship. Really, really, really bad relationship. And she was at this age that she was like so done with dating for a while. And what happened was she just took a break. And she had never been that single for so long. So she took about maybe more than a year just not dating anyone, not even seeing anyone, not even casual dating, just hyper focused on herself, fixing her relationship with with her friends, fixing her relationship with her family, her parents. And she got a good job. She kind of just shot up, you know, she was just so positive and she was in such a good place. And then she just happened to meet my dad.
Aye.
And then she was in that good place, you know, and then my dad was in that good place, and they just met each other at the perfect moment.
Aw.
So, you know, like for me, the right person will come along, not when you're looking, but when you're in that right spot. And, you know, like I'm not going to say that that's always the case. Sometimes you meet the right person when you're in a bad place and that person lifts you up. And in my opinion, that's what happened with me and Dani. Like I wasn't in the best place. I was fresh off a breakup, but Dani was there for me and she just lifted me up, and I'm like the happiest guy now because of that. Because of her.
Babe, you turn every episode into like a very mushy one.
I'm sorry. But if you're in a good place, it's more beneficial. And I think like if you really, really find that good place, you're gonna find the right person too. So
well said,
as much as possible, focus on yourself.
If you guys want to check out the full episode, click the link on the screen or head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever podcasts are available. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.